One of the things when it comes to shooting street photography is that you have to understand the law. Basically, okay, you don't have to understand it, but if you do understand it, then it makes it a lot more easier for both you and those around you. Okay, so basically this is how it goes. Here in the United Kingdom, if you're in a public space, then you can take photographs of anything it is that you want to take photographs of. However, as the photographer, you've got to determine what is a public space and what is a private space. For example, if you have a look here, I'm outside the University of Manchester, which is clearly a private space. It's not a public space. So therefore, if security came over to me and asked me to leave, then I would have to leave due to the fact that I'm on a private space. However, if I'm in, say, like Piccadilly Gardens, then the reality is that I am now in a public space, which means that I do not have to leave. Now, a lot of photographers, they have conflict with security guards. As a matter of fact, I was outside the Printworks at the weekend and the security guard actually came out of the building, crossed the road, came over to me, and lo and behold, he got on his earpiece and the communications people told him to go back into the Printworks due to the fact that the security officer was in the wrong. And likewise, the photographer being on public space, I was in the right. So what you've really got to understand, again, is the differences between public space and private space. And another thing with regards to public space and private space is with regards to people. You may take a photograph of some members of the public, and some members of the public may come over to you and they may not like the fact that you've taken a photograph of them and ask you to delete it. Now, this is the thing, if you are on public space, you can tell these people that you have a legal right under United Kingdom law to take a photograph of them, and there's nothing they can actually do about it. However, it's normally common courteous to delete the photograph. For instance, I had a girl the other day where I took a photograph of her and she started going, "Why are you taking photographs of me?" Straight away I turned the camera around and I just deleted the file. The simple fact is, I'm a photographer and I'm going to be taking millions of photographs within my career. So therefore, deleting one photograph is really not going to matter. So one of the main things what you guys are going to have to start doing is learn the difference between what's public space and what's private space. For example, here we can see again, I am on private space. So if security asked me to leave this campus, this university, then I would have to leave. So let's go to the next part of the video. Okay guys, the next step of the video is talking about choosing the right time of the day to photograph people. It makes common sense really. If you get up at say about 9 AM in the morning and you get into the city for 9 AM in the morning, then you're going to catch people going to work. They're going to be going to work, and then at lunchtime they're going to be going out to have their lunch. So it makes common sense to get out there at them particular times if you want to shoot people. However, if you want to shoot architecture, for example, then it doesn't really matter what time you get out. You know, if you want to do it in the day, you can do it in the day. But again, with regards to people, if you want to shoot business people, you need to get out very early in the morning. And what else is there really? Again, public and private space. Let me show you this, guys. I am here in a private space. Now this private space, again, if security comes over to me, I've got to leave because I know that this is a private space. So technically, I'm not allowed to video or take photographs here, but so far I've been pretty good. Been speaking to 2 photojournalists over there. They're keeping quiet about what story they're covering. I don't blame them, because if you've got the camera, you could get the winning shot. So, what else is there to talk about? I think the main parts of this first video is to talk to you about shooting in public spaces. Because the fact is, you've got a lot of police officers out there who themselves, they don't even know the law with regards to shooting in the public space. I mean, I've just spoken to that photojournalist over there, and he's been talking about saying, you know, be careful about taking photographs of certain people around here because they could be part of the jury, they could be judges, they could be barristers, and they don't want you to take their photographs. And then I told the photojournalist about the time when I photographed a paparazzi. Okay, a photojournalist. I photographed a photojournalist, and this photojournalist, he started kicking off at me because he didn't want me to take his photograph because I didn't ask him for permission. But it was okay for this photojournalist to take a photograph of Kevin Webster without asking Kevin Webster for his permission. So you see the balance with regards to shooting photographs in the public space and in the private space. But again, guys, choose the time of day correctly that you want to shoot your photographs. So catch you later on in the video. Right guys, so just an update. After I gave that little presentation to you then in Spinningfields, I actually walked around Spinningfields and I took this photograph. And what happened was security came over to me and security started asking me, you know, what you're doing. So I basically turned around and explained to security that I'm making a video with regards to shooting street photography, and explained to him that the video is exactly about what had just happened with us. You know, where security comes over, I know exactly where I am, I'm on private property, security knows that. So I explained to him that what I wanted to do was to tell you guys exactly what it was that happens when you shoot on private property. Well, here's the pretty cool thing. He's given me a phone number now, and I phoned up a girl called Kelly from the fence team, and I've spoke to Kelly and I've said to Kelly, look Kelly, basically I want to make a video in Spinningfields to tell other photographers about what they can and cannot do when it comes to shooting street photography. And basically Kelly is now trying to get hold of some woman, and if she allows me to continue to make videos in Spinningfields, then I'll be going back to Spinningfields. But now at the minute I'm in Piccadilly Gardens, sorry, not Piccadilly, I'm in the Triangle in the city of Manchester. But come here, I want to show you something, because I explained this to the security guard and this happened at the weekend. I want to show you this, okay? Let me show you. Okay, have a look now. You see the print works there? You see that building, the print works? Now what happened was I was stood here, and if you have a look around me, this place is public property. So you heard that? That is public property. And what happened at the weekend was the security officer left the print works and he walked all the way over to me on public property. Now, before the guy opened his mouth, the people that watch on CCTV instructed that that security officer goes back into the building. So he went back into the building, and we all know why he went back into the building. It was because CCTV had told him to leave the photographer alone, because the photographer is on public property and they have absolutely no authority over photographers being on public property. Again, I've made the phone call to the fence team in Spinningfields, which is private property. So we're going to see if they allow us, me and YouTube, back in there to continue making our videos. Thank you, my love. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 Well, what about that? So basically, that was the fence team from Spinningfields, and what they've said is that I can't go back today because they need 70 hours notice. So what she's going to do, she's going to send me out some information to my email, and then we can hopefully take it from there. But there you go, guys. There's a classic example of private property and public property. I mean, if you have a look now, I'm in Piccadilly Gardens. Okay, you see all around me? I'm in Piccadilly Gardens, and this is a public place. So that means that no security guards or police can come over and tell me to stop videoing or to stop taking photographs, because again, this is a public place. Going back to the private place, I think we've all now learnt a lesson, and that lesson is that if you go onto private property, you are going to be pulled by security. So let's move on to the next part of the video. Right guys, time to talk about what equipment you should bring with you when you're shooting street. Okay, I'm going to show you some of my personal kit, what I like to bring with me when I'm shooting street photography. Now, the thing is, most people are going to shoot street photography in the daytime. Okay, not me. I pack for a full 24 hours. Okay, because when you're out in a city like this, you do not know what's going to happen. Something could set on fire, you know, a riot could break out, and as a photojournalist, you want to be there. Okay, so that's why I always pack a 24-hour kit for shooting street photography. So let's have a look at some of the kit I've got. Okay, first thing I do is I always make sure I pack rainproof jackets and trousers. I don't care what any photographer says out there, right? If it's sunny, wherever, trust me, you need waterproofs, because if the weather goes Pete-tong, you don't want to be in non-waterproof clothing. Okay, the next part of equipment I pack is an f1.8 lens. This f1.8 lens ensures that when it goes pitch black at night and I'm not allowed to use flash, I've got a wide enough aperture to allow me to get most photographs during shooting street at night. I have spare memory cards, as you can see, 2 gigs, 1 gigs, all the lot. I have spare batteries. I have business cards. Business cards are a pain in the butt. I hate carrying business cards because you always see people and you give them a card and you lose the card, and to be honest, I hate business cards, but they are actually a necessity. Okay, so make sure you stock business cards with you. Okay, next thing is power. Okay, I have batteries for my Speedlight, always carry them everywhere. I always make sure I have loads of power. Even if I'm exceeding the limit, I ensure I have enough power for my equipment. As a matter of fact, I invested in this, and this is actually just one big power supply. So what happens is I can recharge my camera actually from that big massive battery. So let's move on to what my utility belt is. A utility belt has one SB600 Speedlight, and then also have additional power packs which I carry around with me. Now that equipment for me, in addition to my Nikon D40 and my tele zoom lens, that is enough kit for me to last me for a full 24 hours. I'm 100% confident, you know, that I can stay out in the field for a full 24 hours without any stress. Where other photographers, they'll probably be going home because they didn't pack a full 24 hours worth of kit. Okay guys, so basically this comes to the end of the video, and I just want to quickly talk about photographers having confidence and also having some form of safety with regards to shooting street photography. Now, you got to remember, when you're shooting street photography, you are out on the street. So be prepared with regards to your safety. Look after the safety of your equipment, look after the safety of yourself, and possibly look after the safety of other people if needs be. Now, let's quickly highlight what exactly it is that this video has been about today. The first one is, again, nothing in public is private. Okay, that is United Kingdom law. Secondly, it's up to you, the photographer, to work out what parts of the street is public property and what parts is private property. Also highlight it as being the best times of the day to shoot. Remember, if you want to shoot street photography in the morning like business people, get up, crack early in the morning and get into the city. If you want to shoot people going out and having a good night out on the town, then remember to go out at night. It's basically common sense really. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you all soon.